tin shack over there.
Oh no, I've considered it. It's a reasonable thing. I think it would stand out like the sore thumb, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you count the steps?
I certainly didn't go over the rocks. I went right up to the top, yeah.
Did you count them?
No,
the
I
steps?
didn't. No, I was too busy watching my feet.
Go and do it again.
Like a belay dancer or a root dancer?
It's the rock, the way the rock builds in Spain, isn't it? It's complicated. Complicated, yes. I don't know how else to put it. That's that. That was a song, wasn't it? sun's out there. It's gorgeous when the sun comes out. About the kites or our painting? So talk about the kites or our painting?
Kites, yeah.
I was being facetious too. It's a nice reach across my leg when the board's digging in.
Like that. Spread your wings and just fleet between them.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
And a sea or two.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Yeah, isn't it hard?
Put your brush back in there.
Okay, just 1 second. Can you just check that turns back on, which means there's a red flashing thing,
Yes.
and it's pointing at my painting? Okay, right. Thank you. Yes.
The painting sort of has a diamond shape of the picture. They're all go around a bit.
Well, it's never going to be square on. so much information there, wasn't there?
Yes, too much in fact, in many ways. I got lost with the detail of it.
Yeah, me too. Coming away from it, I don't know about you, but I'm not referring to a picture, I'm just making it up. Just based on what I think the picture needs now. It's kind of, I can see where the rocks are and...
Balancing.
Yes. And it's lots of twiddly fiddlies, isn't it? That's all we needed.
Technical terms again, twiddly fiddlies.
Yeah, who doesn't need a twiddly fiddly in their life?
So shall we tell people whilst we're sitting here what we're actually painting and drawing here?
I think that's a great idea.
Because we're, like a lot of people, great fans of ABBA and the Mamma Mia film, and having watched that, we're on the island of Skopelos where the film was actually made.
Lots of it was filmed here.
Lots of it was filmed here indeed. And this particular picture that we're painting is the monastery, the church where Meryl Streep sang Winner Takes It All and then runs up to the wedding. And we are currently painting that church.
Something I didn't know before I got here is the two little buildings that are atop here are tiny, tiny, tiny little buildings. So the church itself, they had to build a bigger facade, and the interior was a set.
Yeah.
So you would never
Yeah.
fit the number of people into these buildings that were actually on the film.
So although we have footage here that you will see of the church, and
Or may have seen if I've put it in earlier.
yes, indeed, it may not necessarily be as we see it on the film, but that's okay.
Yes.
It's all part of the magic, isn't it?
The magic of the movies.
Yeah.
And we've come out, we've had to be a little bit sneaky because we've come here away on a holiday with our partners, our husbands, and we've had to be a little bit careful about our filming because it's supposed to be a holiday and we didn't want to interrupt their holidays
Really rub
too
it in,
much.
you know.
We said, oh, by the way, you know you were going on a holiday, well, we're just going to use this as an opportunity.
To film for the brush dippers, yeah.
Yes, so we have, this is kind of, it was our only time where we've stopped and actually filmed us doing the painting, isn't it?
Yes.
And then there's plenty of footage of around the island as per our holiday.
And by the same token, if you're, you know, when you're listening in and you hear the odd comment from the sidelines, that's our other halves chatting away either to each other or to us about
Or butting in.
what they're seeing, yes.
Because it's their holiday too and we
Yeah.
made them sit and wait. But they were very good. They said they didn't mind.
We've decided anyway that we're going to keep them, put it that way, haven't we?
For now. So when we came away yesterday, we got quite chilly because we were sat in the shade and it was windy, and we tested the patience of the
The saint, I should think.
Well, yes. Well, our husbands anyway. So we just felt we just needed to finish things off. And coming away from it, I think I've said to you before, I tend to use a Bockingford paper. And for me, I'm using this Saunders Waterford, which is interesting, but it's very sucky paper, I call it. It absorbs everything.
It's thirsty.
And so I've struggled to get my colour to stay. It's not as colourful as I thought I'd painted it on the day. And it's also not, the darks are disappearing. So I'm having to come back in and reiterate some of those, because they just seem to have absorbed into the fabric of the paper. So I'm just trying to add more to it, really.
Yeah.
And there's big swathes of it that I never quite got to, so. I don't know about the boys running out of patience either, but I'd kind of.
We were cold, weren't we?
chill,
It was a breezy day, and it was quite cool.
All right, we could have sat in the sun, but you couldn't see
Yeah,
the
well, the
place.
sun went round, didn't it?
Yeah, which makes me also think in the film they must have shot that scene at dawn,
Yes,
because the sun
it
set on
wouldn't
the
have
other side of the
worked,
island.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it wouldn't have worked. I'm just going into mine with a pen at the moment. I've
Okay,
discovered
interesting.
these new pens that you can erase.
Perfect.
So I can put the lines down, and if I don't like them, I can turn this round and I can actually erase the pen marks. But it's they don't react to water, so that means that I can quite happily paint over the top of them, and I don't have issues with
Run.
it running.
Yeah.
So that's got to be good, isn't it, in anybody's
definitely.
and it just gives me some lines to work to, because at the moment, although I've got the colours in, I haven't got a lot of texture and what have. I'm also going to have a little play with some of my sparkly pens, so we'll do a little bit of that in a minute.
Where were we?
See
We were
what
painting
happens.
the sea somewhere, and you said, "Why didn't I use my sparkly pens?" Yes, you definitely need.
Well, it
to.
was this.
Oh, it was.
It
From
was this
then
blighter.
yesterday. Blimey, was it
Yes.
only yesterday you said
Yeah,
that?
I know. It's this blighter. I'm going to leave this area here because I'd like to write what it is and the history
Yeah,
here.
where we
So
are.
I'm not going to do too much with that.
Tim went up the stairs, didn't he? But he didn't count them.
There's supposed to be 200 and something, isn't there?
Yes.
Which is rather a lot in anybody's book. And it didn't help yesterday that the sun actually went round whilst we were working on it.
Yes.
So 1 minute we had beautiful bright sunshine, and then the whole lot landed up in shadow by the end of the session, didn't it?
Dramatically.
Yeah, the whole lot made a big difference.
And at the base of the hill, peak, what would you call it? There were some huge slabs of rock, wasn't there?
Yes. So here are my sparkly twinklies. So I'm going to put some green in, throw it around a bit,
Put a pin on the floor, pick it up.
and then I can come in with water and just gently nudge it and budge it
You
and
can
smudge it.
nudge your sparkly.
I can.
I find these finishing touches, the little bits that go into the rock and all of that kind of stuff, I find them quite relaxing to do. It's just
Yes.
doodling, really,
Just
isn't it?
take your time and slowly, slowly work your way through.
Tiny little marks. And there were grey bits of rock and brown bits of rock and even, you know, with little pink bits of rock and amazing colours.
I think the geology here is quite fascinating because when you really start to look around, we've got seams of marble in everything, haven't we?
Yeah.
You can see the marble through the rock. We'll show you some
Sandstone.
pictures. There's sandstone and there's a pink marble here as well, which we can actually see in some parts of these rocks that we were looking at and painting.
There's a green.
There's a
which
green.
I wonder if that's something like aventurine or something
Don't
like that.
know,
It was
it's
just
really exciting. isn't it?
beautiful.
I've done the most embarrassing thing with this.
What have you done?
I've put it in the book upside down.
You were so excited to paint, you just didn't wait to find out which
if
way
anybody
up you
looks through this, they're going to wonder what's going on. What a bag.
We had a lovely couple of days though,
Mm.
visiting sites like this. Just
Beautiful.
magic. Bits of greenery just clinging to the edge in places,
Yes,
isn't there?
yeah. Sticking out here and there.
I'm just using plain lemon yellow here, and I'm just sticking it over the top of some of the darker areas, and it just shows up because it is quite opaque. Lemon yellow can be quite a good colour for that.
Also want to use some of this electric blue in my sea. So I'm
Nice.
going to come in here and throw that through like that.
That's the other thing with this paper, is if you want to lift something, it's not very easy.
No. No, that's one of my griefs
Conveys,
with
yeah.
Saunders, yeah.
I just thought I'd bring something different to play with whilst I was here, because I don't often use it.
Well, you don't often get the chance to have a play, do you, at home? Let's be honest, I don't.
least for now, the wind has died down a little bit, which is
A bit more
good.
comfortable.
Yeah. Quite enjoying doing these big slabs of rock at the bottom of the hill rock. I still don't know what to call it. Pinnacle?
Pinnacle's a good word, yes. Yeah, I'd go along with that. Trying to get some shadows into mine because I just didn't manage yesterday to get enough depth of colour
No,
into
nor
it.
did I. And I know I've got this section down here which I never really did anything with.
Yeah.
That is really quite dark.
Yes.
And I just kind of put a little smear on there and left it. That's all I managed yesterday. It's quite, it's just a rugged little bit. There's no big slabs.
Yes.
It's just lots of little bits of,
sort of gubbins.
yeah, oogie floogie. Is that a technical term?
Yeah, we'll make it one.
But I am going to have to watch the film again when I get home.
Yes.
All of this is just dark, dark, dark. Well, it was part of the day and then it changed. But that's how it was when
Certainly
we arrived,
did,
wasn't it?
yes, yeah. That's grey out there.
Now, can you, is there, I'm just going to have a look at what you did. Yes, you did.
What?
There was a tree there,
Yes, there
wasn't
was,
sticking
yes,
out the
yes.
top, so I'm going to put some of that in.
Just got to come into that though and soften it a bit because it's too hard. It was hanging on by the, well, there wasn't a lot of greenery on it.
No. So it was up here.
It was looking pretty pathetic and poorly, to be honest.
Do you know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
I think you and I are enjoying this because we normally yakka continuously.
I lose the ability to do that when I'm really in the zone.
Engaged, yes. Although this paper does give me fabulous texture, which is, it's a rough surface, so I can dry brush beautifully on it, and it gives me some beautiful marks. Sounds like you've got a bit of scritchy going on.
I have, yeah. Scritchy.
I'm not the only one who uses the word scritchy, surely. Scritchy, scratchy.
Usually under difficult circumstances, like freezing to death somewhere on the side of a
Yes.
hillside.
But how many places have we been and frozen
Oh,
half
yeah.
to death when painting?
Crikey O'Reilly. I think the Norwich episode was probably the coldest. So
It's what, 5 degrees?
it was 5 degrees, yes. So if you want to see me in my silly hat, go back and have a look at the Norwich episode. Good one to make you laugh.
It was. It was a lovely, lovely day, but it was cold.
We were sitting painting down the street, weren't we?
St Benedict Street.
And we were just sitting the other side of this cobbled street on the pavement painting, and a chappie turned up for the
For the barbers.
for the
Is that what you mean?
yes, Turkish barbers, wasn't it?
Yes.
And he, in this flashy car, and he pulled up and he parked the flashy car literally feet away from us, right in front of the view we were painting, and we were pretty obvious about it.
Yeah.
And when he came back out, he stood there and with his brand new haircut and his t-shirt on a freezing cold day and said, "Well, you could have painted that if you wanted to."
It's like, no, we didn't want to.
We didn't want to paint your car.
He was parked on a double yellow, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All the things you have to consider when you choose where to paint.
God, don't
we've
you
chosen
just?
somewhere where nobody would be able to park in front of us because of this double
Yeah.
yellow.
Who
That's
would have
what we
credited
thought.
it?
That's what we thunked.
Oh, sun's coming out.
It's about to set as well.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to spoil the mood.
There's always somebody who spoils the mood, and it's usually me.
Oh dear.
It can be relied upon.
Like you, there are some areas of this I just can't get dark enough.
Yeah. And when we get back into a different light in the UK, we'll probably look at them and go, blimey, these are dark.
Yes, yeah.
Just in that different lighting.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that because of the lighting that we're using now, you know,
Possibly.
that we're sitting in now? Tell you what I must do actually, the Payne's Grey I've got in my travel kit here is the White Knight's Payne's Grey,
Okay, yes.
and it really is just black,
All right.
and I think I need to top it up with some Winsor & Newton so that it's grey, not, you
Not
know,
black.
yeah,
Not quite
yeah,
so
don't
stark.
like it, yeah.
What about the Shinhan Payne's Grey? Have you had that one?
They don't do it, do they? Because it's a chemical colour.
Oh, so it's not, they don't use
So
it
they
like it's
don't-
like a neutral
Don't
tint
make
or...
it, yeah, yeah. Which is a bit of a trial. Because, yeah, I do like the Shinhan, as you do too.
Yes,
Yeah.
we both like the Shinhan a lot.
Mm.
There's a big lump of this pinky red rock down in that bottom
Yes, down
corner.
here.
Yeah.
I've used this colour for that. This is Potter's Pink.
Oh, you've used some of that?
And it just suits me. I think that
Yeah.
really is that colour.
I have used a mixture of rose,
Yeah.
penwork rose, and burnt sienna.
Okay.
Now I'm going to shade it with greys and different things.
And there was a slab of that here in the foreground on the right hand side as well. I'm just going to just put that one in, because then that means I've got 2 lumps of pink rather than just 1.
Okay, I'm not sure I get across to that one, but I could add it anyway, couldn't I? Find somewhere else to
Just to
balance.
And in the middle of this area here there was this screaming little patch of gold, and this very, very prickly little plant.
We've seen some very prickly little plants.
Horrendous thing it was. If you fell on that when you were walking around or climbing, you'd know it. I just want to put it in there because, as incongruous as it might seem to me, that's my memory.
Yes. Now I might put that in, but if I put it in, I'm going to put it in with quinacridone gold.
Okay.
But I'm not sure that I haven't left a space for that. But it can still be a little splodge, like you say. It's what we remember of the day as much as anything else, isn't it? And that's all a painting is our personal recollections
Yes.
and observances. Well, that's a big word.
It is, isn't it?
Observances.
The sun's come out now and it's shining right on the work, but you can see the glitter now.
Yes. Excuse me, fuddling around in the back of your thing whilst I change your battery. Not that battery, obviously. Put that battery in there as well, haven't I? Every camera has a different size battery.
Frustrating, isn't it? Right.
I can see the little bit of sparkle. The only extra added to my sea was my silver, so I can see that sparkle in there.
All
but I
right,
do need to
lovely.
come back
You
into
put
it.
that in this one, did you too?
It's the sea. I put it into everything. I've even put it in some of the rocks
She
to
likes
give
her
the
silver.
mica. You know, that little sparkle that you
Yeah.
only get at certain angles. Gosh, that sun is really coming up now,
Crikey,
isn't
I
it?
can't see now. Sublime to the ridiculous, this is. Oh, I tell you what, doesn't it warm up though?
Gosh, it makes a huge difference, doesn't it? The power of that star.
Oh, yeah.
Got one rock here that looks like Moomin Mama. Do you remember the Moomins?
Yes, I do, yeah. Somebody else out there driving up the precipice.
I know. It really is, isn't it?
We are living this week literally on a precipice. I can't tell you. It is so steep. At one point when we first arrived here with the four of us in the car and all the luggage, the car wouldn't go up the hill.
Well, it wasn't funny, but it was funny. Right, it's now going to go back in and work on the sea. More silver. Coarse.
Yes.
It's just going to be layers with other colours.
We wouldn't expect anything else.
It was really quite a navy blue sea there yesterday.
Yes, it
wasn't
was,
it?
yeah. It's very convenient having the camera like that, you know.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Now, I'm just freehand painting my horizon here with my stick. I know some people put tape down to create a straight horizon.
Mess if I tried that. I'm a real bimbo when it comes to getting a straight line.
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily believe you need an absolutely straight line.
No, mine goes uphill.
Okay. Well, I did.
That's
draw
really not a good thing, you know.
floating seas. Well, mine might be. When I get home and measure it out, it might well be, and then I'll have to adjust it. That's okay.
Oh dear. Oh, listen to that. I love that noise. Wind through the fir trees. I'll go out in the winter, you know, and find fir forests so that I can listen to that somewhere.
Do you know you could just come around my house and then I'll make you a cup of tea
Yeah, I know.
afterwards?
You've got them in your garden, haven't you? How wonderful is that?
You do know we go home tomorrow, don't you, Shane?
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that at the
You
moment.
should be packing.
I'm not thinking about that at the moment. Some people are no fun.
Killjoy, eh?
Yeah.
Let's just shut the patio door, it's getting cold.
All right.
Cold once
Well,
or two
wind's
anyway.
blowing up again, isn't it?
And the sun's come out there, so if you're out here, it's alright.
Hello.
Did you have a doze?
I did.
I can't see what I'm doing for sunshine, you know.
I think we're just about, well, I'm just about there, I think. At least I've got C in it now. I didn't have that in it before. I haven't got round to putting
See
it
helps.
as it was a rock on the edge of the sea. I think we need to sit and think. The sun's got very bright.
Yeah. She's brightened up anyway.
Yes. Fishes.
Don't want to lose your fishers.
In public.
No, certainly not on holiday.
That's better. That's looking beautiful, Sharon.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think I'm a bit muddly, but it doesn't matter.
Well, it was a
I've
bit
enjoyed
muddly.
it. I've just noticed that further up the hill where the church is, all of this here and some of this down here is actually stonework.
Yes, there's some block work and then some plaster. Yeah, that doorway that you go through was all stonework around it, wasn't it?
Yost.
Now our rep here this week, Cherry, has been a fabulous rep on site, but she was also one of the extras on the film, so she gave us a few little sneaky insights as to what went on.
Which was good fun, wasn't it?
Yes. And she said on the scene where they were at the church, they had to climb up and down the stairs so many times whilst they were filming in the background. They had a whistle went and they all had to stop and everything got reset and they had to go back 3 steps and then carry on.
Can you imagine it? The chaos of it, actually.
Well, they knew what they were doing,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. But if you were an extra, you just had to rely on them knowing and
Pointing and telling.
yes,
yeah.
and doing as you were asked and wondering why.
Signed it, I can't do anymore. Which I know means nothing at all.
Wasn't Glisteri, was it?
No, the Church of Agios Yanis Castri. She did say it was like not John the Baptist, but John the Unready or something, didn't she?
Yeah, but then so were a lot of other things on the island. They were also...
John the Unready.
Yes, they were, because there was something about him as a baby, wasn't there?
Yes.
One of the rarest pictures of John the Baptist as a baby.
I think it must be the Chapel of John the Baptist then, up there. I'm sure she was talking about something to do with that. Agios Yanis Castri. And it was Agios Yonas area.
Someone on a go-kart?
Yeah, you're just waiting for them to appear in sight, aren't you? I think that was going up, so that was wheel spinning. Oh, I'm getting cold here now. I think
Yeah.
I need to back up again.
Time to say enough. Well, the sun is nearly setting, isn't it?
Yeah. It's going to be dark in a minute.
So yes, when you're at home, just a note to everybody at home, when you're at home and you have a journal like this, do make sure the book's the right way up before you start putting things in it. Duh.